did I dream? Oh. Hi everyone, welcome back again. I am just shuffling your cards, getting prepared for your weekly Tarotscopes. I will be starting with the theme of the week, then Cancer, and we're going to work our way through the full zodiac. If you would like to just skip straight to your sign, the timestamps are listed below in the description. You can also check your other placements, like your moon, rising, Venus, etc., if your sun sign doesn't resonate with you. And again, all of the roles can be reversed, so just keep that in mind while you're watching. All right, guys, so let's get to it. What is the theme of the week for the collective this week? What is the theme of the week for the collective? The Page of Pentacles. I'm seeing a lot of us putting something behind us in order to move forward. But at the same time, as much as you try to leave this in the past or put it behind you and move on, I feel like it's still holding on to you in one way or another. So, and part of that is kind of your fault, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. Don't shoot the messenger, but it's kind of your fault. Like, you're holding on to it in a way. It almost feels like a safety blanket for you. So I'm seeing that for a lot of you, it's kind of a safety blanket. And if you really want to let it go, if you really want to move past it and move forward, you're going to have to detach from it altogether. You're going to have to completely put it down to the side. Now, honestly, that doesn't mean that it's gone forever, okay? So it may feel that way for some of you, but detaching or letting go doesn't mean it has to be forever. It just has to be for now. It has to allow you the room to grow. You need the room to be able to expand, and you can't do that if this thing, why do I keep saying sting? I don't know. Maybe for some of you, that's what it's doing. It's stinging you, it's hurting you, and it's just like, and it's just ever so slight, you know? It's like just enough to hurt you, but not enough to make your whole world fall apart. That's for someone out there, I guess. But getting back to business, if you know, detaching and putting this down for a while doesn't mean that you can never go back to it or that it doesn't have a place in your life. But in order for you to move on and expand now, you can't do that with this thing over your head or this thing sitting on your shoulder, or like this second guessing. It could be a person, it could be just your own doubts, and I feel like for some of you it is like your own self-doubt is just looming and you're letting it kind of mess things up for you. And it's like you want to move forward, you want to take that step, but you're hesitant, you're not letting yourself, but you really need to do that. You've worked so hard to get up to this point. Like, you would be remiss I'm hearing you'd be remiss to not follow through. So follow through, super important for everyone this week. You know, don't worry about what's gonna happen later. Don't worry about what's happened already. Try to see the bigger picture here. I'm seeing like, try to see the forest through the trees. Like, there is a bigger picture here, and I feel like you can understand what that is and you can see what that is if you get rid of this one thing that's really just kind of sticking to you. You need to peel this thing off. You need to like wipe off your shoulder. Get that dirt off your shoulders, okay? I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, you guys. But I hope that was entertaining for you. Yeah. you really need it's just a detachment, and it doesn't, again, it can be scary and daunting to think of, something that you're used to, or something that you've been comfortable with, or something that has just always been there. There's a sense of comfort in it because it's just been there. But it doesn't mean that, but it's holding back. It's holding you back, and you're so close. You're so close. Just kind of place it to the side, at least. Place it to the side for now, and you will be, some of you are going to have a hard time moving forward even once you place this thing to the side, because it's like, now you place it down there and now you have to move away from it, right? You have to actually move away from it. That's part of this process. So you're gonna be a little bit, you may have place it down, but then walking away could be the tough part. But you will get there. You'll see how much, even just by placing it down for a moment, you will start to see just how much you can grow, and you'll see the value in it. It will be apparent. There's no way you can miss it. It's going to come to you, and you know what? It'll become easier after a while. You'll realize that you don't need whatever this safety blanket is to get to a better place, to be safe. You don't need this thing to be safe. There is safety and security in places that you don't even know about yet, that you have to still let come to you. At some point in time, we start developing these things, right? You didn't always have this thing that's giving you this security right now, right? This little safety blanket. You didn't always have that. How'd you survive before it, right? Like, there was something else there that you probably had to let go of, or you probably had to move on from, and then this thing kind of took its place, or maybe you just didn't have something there, but you still survived, right? You were still good. You were okay. And you're gonna see that, something's gonna come in actually that is going to make you feel secure, and is going to not take its place, but it's going to be different. And I think you'll find, for most of you, and in most cases, it's going to be something better and even more secure, and just like, I don't know, I'm just feeling like warm and all-encompassing in a sense. For someone out there, it's just gonna be a sense of security that maybe you've never felt before, a sense of stability you've never experienced before. It's like a new level of it, and you're gonna realize, like, this wasn't so hard after all. Actually, you know what, this is a much easier walk in the park than I realized it was going to be. It was all about the anticipation of it, right? It always is that way. It's always about taking before you take the step, rather than the actual taking of the step is always the hardest part. Just like what you imagine in your head, because your head goes wild. Your imagination goes crazy with possibilities and options and all these things, and you build things up to way bigger and more than they have to be. Way more than it could, not that it could ever be in real life, but way more than it most likely will be in real life. So just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of this. You're gonna be happy that you did it. All right, Page of Pentacles. I feel really good about it, guys. I feel really good about it. You should too. I feel really good. All right, Cancer. What is going on this week for Cancer? What is the message for Cancer this week? Cancers. Lovely crabs. Oof. The message for Cancer is the Four of Wands. Very sweet, very beautiful, very exciting, very happy. I feel like you're rebuilding a bridge here for some of you. I feel like definitely a reunion of sorts, or getting, it's like, I don't know, I'm hearing getting the band back together, but that's something for someone. Getting the band back together. Yeah, definitely. I see, so there's a little tiny bridge in this picture, but it's so, you only see part of it. So I feel like this is a rebuilding of a relationship. Like something happened, whatever the case is, something happened. You either, I feel like someone moved away from someone else, and now they've taken a step back towards them. And so, but this is really happy. This is a really good time. This is like, there's more people at play here. I see other people having to do with this situation. But at the same time, whoever is coming back together, it may not even be you, Cancer, right? It could be like your friends, like you have a friend on this side, you have a friend on this side, and they're like not getting along, and then they decide to finally like try to make amends or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to mean you. It could be you though too. Maybe you're reconnecting with someone. I just feel like there's a bigger friend group or a bigger connection here at play where other people are involved in this in some way. But it's kind of like you're coming home. Like this is a coming home. This is like, two people have cause for celebration here. Two people specifically are really super psyched about this. And I do feel like it's a home situation too for some of you. Like it's, for someone, it's just about, it feels like a coming home. Like you find home within each other in some way, whether it's like a childhood relationship that has been rekindled, or like a long time friendship, or just like a relationship where you guys felt like this really innate familiarity with each other, or comfortability, or something to that extent, or like you guys are just kind of like on the same level in some way. I just see you both having like similar personalities in certain aspects. It's like the yin to your yang, right? So that could be friendship again, like could be friendship, relationship, like romantic relationship, a family, you know, relationship. Relationships are very wide and encompassing in a lot of ways. But this seems really happy and like been a long time coming. For those of you who this has to do with your home life, I feel like it's kind of it's like a step, a new step in your a new chapter in your not just in your life, but in your, on your path. Like this is a part of your path that is meant to be happening, and this is an important chapter that's just beginning, and there's somewhere in you that you know this, so it's very exciting. But it's also like whoever else it has to do with directly, this is also an important part of the path for them. It's like an important chapter for them too, and like you two are somehow intertwined in this, regardless of what your relationship is with each other. Like there's something that like you're meant to affect each other in some way. And you may not see the effects right away, but like you were meant to kind of intertwine and intermingle at this juncture to for some bigger reason in each other's lives. So that could be a new roommate. That could be, I mean, whatever you're going through. I could name a million reasons, right? I feel like also others of you, it's like I feel like there's another, like a summer home or another home that you're gonna be spending a lot of time at that you don't necessarily anticipate yet, or you may not see, you may know it's there, you may not, but like I feel like this one place is like the main thing, but there's another place you're gonna be starting to spend a lot of time at some point. You may not be aware of that yet. I don't know how that affects you too much, but it's like a second home. Or again, like whoever you're reuniting with may feel like a second home to you in a way. Or maybe you guys spend a lot of time at each other's houses or something, or with each other. This may be an odd thing to say, but I feel like you, again, like, this isn't going to apply to everybody, but for some of you, whoever this is that you're reuniting with right now, or getting together with, if it's romantic or if it's like, even if it's not, for some of you might not even realize it. If you feel like it's a yin-yang situation, this could be headed towards marriage. But, you know, not tomorrow, okay? Like, but I feel like this has marriage potential for some of you out there. Like, I'm seeing the garland, like, I'm just seeing the decoration, but interesting. I'm seeing like around the holidays, maybe an engagement for some of you out there. Maybe you were on a break and you got back together with your boyfriend, girlfriend, or like whatever. I mean, whatever. Again, a million different scenarios, but I feel like around the holidays, there could be an engagement for some people out there, but that's for someone, not for everyone. Wow. Usually you don't got stuff like that, but intense. I also feel like people don't like fully get how exciting and important this reunion is to both of you. Like, people are like, that's cool, like whatever, good for you guys, like we're here for support, but like they don't really get it. Like, they don't maybe know what you went through, or like how much this means to you, or like how excited, because I see like there's only two people really partying in this card. Like, it's these people right here, and then there's just like where their friends are over here, you know, just chilling, like enjoying, you know, the celebration, but they're like minding their own business. So I feel like they're kind of like, well, that's cool, good for you guys, and you guys are super psyched. You're like, this is amazing, this is the best. Well, I'm really happy for you if that's the case. I'm gonna just cut it off there because this is getting a little long for you, Cancer. But mazel tov. All right, 4 months. Leo. What is the message for Leo this week? What's going on for Leo? What is the message for Leo this week? 3 of Swords. Ooh, Leo, you're going through, I'm seeing, I don't normally see this in this card, but I feel like there's a lot of back and forth with heartbreak, with like happiness, sadness, like pushing away, pulling back in. Like, I'm just seeing like a weird juxtaposition going on here. And it's like, for some of you, definitely third party situation. For others of you, it's just kind of like, I feel like it's a switching off between getting hurt by 2 different sources. One of them you may be connected with, the other one you're not. But regardless, you don't have to be talking to someone or connected with them to feel hurt, right? Or to feel disappointed or to feel let down or whatever it is. Like, maybe, I want to say, like, some of you are like, maybe this is an old flame or something, and maybe you're stalking them on social media, and maybe you hurt your own feelings because now they're like seeing someone. I don't know. That's just throwing that out there for some of you. For others of you, yeah, I definitely see three things. You're one of them, and you are not innocent in this situation. Like, and you know your own contributions here. You do. You know what you're responsible for. You are well aware that whatever's happening now is a possibility. You're also, I feel like something kind of caught you, not by surprise or off guard, but you just didn't think it would happen. You're just like, or maybe you didn't think that you would be this upset about it when it did happen. I just feel hurt in your heart right now. There's a hurt, and there's a hurt because of a separation. There's a hurt from two different sources in different ways, in opposing ways, in ways that you didn't think could hurt you. For some of you, I feel like you're hurt from someone who you never thought would hurt you. Something that they said. Not something they did, but something they said really like cut to the core of you. Maybe it's just like, you know, one of those trigger things, like they knew exactly what to say and they like really twist the knife there. You're gonna have to take some time out from the situation, right? So whatever this is going on for you this week, that's a little tough or disappointing, or it feels like a little bit of a betrayal in some sense. For some of you, a lot of bit of a betrayal. I feel like it's all in your head in terms of like, this is knowledge. This is something you learned, something you saw, something that it's all thinking, it's all mental. So no one necessarily like did something to you this week. It's all about something that you got wind of or you learned about or that kind of thing. So you need to really take a break and take time for yourself. You need to take time out to kind of process this, to understand it, to make peace with it. Otherwise, just so you can kind of leave it alone. So it's not just weighing on your mind so much and so heavily. Yeah, you just need a little time out. You need some time out. And even after you kind of come to a place where you feel a little bit better or okay, it's still not going to be perfect, right? It's still going to take some time to really adjust. But you'll have at least started. You'll have at least initiated the process and be on your way there, rather than just sitting in this like really heavy space. All right, Leo, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, promise. It always is, right? It's always okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. I don't know who said that, but heard that somewhere. All right, Virgo. What's going on for Virgo? What is the message for Virgo this week? What's going on for Virgo? Virgo, the King of Swords. You're all up in your head. You're trying to figure out how to get out of something, how to expand yourself, how to change yourself, how to like you just want to fly. You just want to fly, you know? You're like, I just want to like break free and get out of here. How do I do that? How do I do that? You're using everything you know, everything you've learned, everything you've seen. You're watching, maybe you're watching some YouTube videos, maybe you're watching masterclass, you know. I feel like you're trying to really educate yourself so you can get to the next level. And in a really smart way. You're being really, you're purposefully trying to be really intelligent and what is the word I'm looking for? I keep thinking intent, but like that's not the word I'm looking for. Just purposeful. I guess that could work too. And your actions and your thinking before you do anything, for sure. You're not just jumping in. You think that's foolish right now, or that would be foolish right now, although you do have the passion there. You do have the passion there, and you kind of want to. You're kind of excited and you kind of want to, but you know better. And you're like, no. Self-talk, right? No. We're gonna learn this first. We're gonna figure this out, and then we're gonna start doing it, right? Like, we're gonna create a game plan first. I feel like you think that people are watching you, your moves. Like kind of keeping an eye on you from afar. Maybe they're not seeing anything, or maybe you're worried about judgments from afar, or like I'm hearing like potential clients for some of you. If you have clients maybe that are watching whatever your business is, and you just want to make sure that you maintain a certain sense of professionalism. You want to be really smart here. You don't want it to look like you want to be very God, what is the word? Intentional, I guess, about what you're putting out there. It's kind of like you want to create a clear brand, or you want to create a clear message of some sort. Whatever you want to present, whatever you want to put out there, whatever it is you want to do, you want to be very clear and intentional. So that's it. Don't let, okay, so the advice for you, Virgo, is not to let others influence what you think is the smart way to go. So you might have some people chirping in your ear like, oh yeah, like that sounds good. Like maybe you learned what you learned, you gathered information, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then someone goes, oh yeah, that sounds good, but what about this? Or like, I think that I would probably be more attracted to this thing, or like if you did it this way, it would look better in this color, or whatever. Don't really let that influence you. I feel like whatever it is that you are inclined to is really what's gonna expand you the most. Like, you're looking for expansion right now, you're looking to get bigger and to kind of like move into phase 2 of something, or 3 or 4, whatever it is. You just want to move, level up, right? I feel like you know really you know best. You know what's going to get you there, because you have a more well-rounded understanding of where you're at and what you're trying to do and what the goals are. So yeah, thank you for your advice and help and opinion, but it's not needed. Like, take it with a grain of salt. Don't really go with ultimately what you feel and think is best here. Okay? All right, Virgo. Libra, what is the message for Libra? What is going on with Libra this week? What is the message for Libra? going on with this, Libra? All right, interesting. Woo, it's hot, it's hot. Sorry, guys. It's hot out this afternoon, whatever day it is right now. Two of Pentacles. Okay. All right, Libra. You gotta let go of something. You know, you are trying to make it work and you think you got it and it's all good, but you just really need to just put something down. Just sacrifice it. Just forget it. Okay, I know you're gonna have a hard time deciding what that thing is that you need to put down, and which is why you're not putting it down, because you're like, I could do this. I got it. It's fine. All right, but you're really just like, you're making it so much harder for yourself than it needs to be. It really does not need to be this complicated, or, you know, you don't need to be this distracted, whatever the case. And I feel like you also feel the need to cover up for something, or cover up for someone, for some people. And you just, you know what, it's not your problem. It's not your problem. You don't need to be doing that, because now you're like, oh God, like you don't even really want to be doing stuff like that. You don't want to be. You're like, this is making my life really like, I don't really, I'm not into it. Like, this is like really complicating my life and I didn't ask for this. Like, you don't need to do that, right? So you're going to need to consult with someone first, because you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna put it down. You're not gonna let it go until someone kind of convinces you that it's okay or whatever. All right, so that's what you really need to do here, Libra. You need to, like, if someone's asking you, let's say, example, if this is going on for you, someone's asking you to lie for them or like cover up for them or something like that, and you don't feel comfortable with it, you're gonna need to talk to them and be like, hey, like, you know what, I don't want you to get in trouble, or, you know, it's not that I want that, but I just don't feel okay. Like, I'm really uncomfortable with this. Like, is there any other way we can work around this? So, like, you know, this still, it works out for you. Like, I still want to help you if I can, you know? You just got to do something like that. You can't, don't just put yourself in the hot seat or make yourself uncomfortable. You need to practice a little bit of self-love here and put yourself first. Don't be compromising for some of you out there. And also don't worry that someone sees you as like a little too, I'm hearing like a prude for some of you, but like too buttoned up, really, like conservative or like goody-goody or whatever. Like, don't worry about that. I feel like that's a big concern for some of you. Like your belt's too tight. Like, you don't want to spend extra money on something. Maybe someone out there, you're like, well, you know what? If you're not comfortable with it, you're not comfortable with it. You think they're gonna, you know, if they expect you to bend for them, then why shouldn't they bend for you? Like, I think that you really need to work this out and stop putting yourself in bad positions for other people, regardless of whether they do the same for you. But if you're just not comfortable, you need to be okay with whatever it is you're doing. So you need to start making yourself a little bit more of a priority in situations like this. Okay, Libra, that's for you. Scorpio, what is the message for Scorpio this week? What's going on for Scorpio? What's the message for Scorpio this week? The Queen of Swords. This is weird. I just heard, you know, when people used to put those signs in their cars, like honk if you're whatever, like, I don't, they're like different ones depending on like whatever the climate was of like what was happening in the world. It's like honk if you support blah blah blah, or like honk for this. Like, I don't know why I just heard that for some of you. Maybe someone has that written on their car or they saw that recently. It's kind of a weird thing, but I feel like you are trying to get the truth out of someone, or someone, I don't feel like someone's trying to get the truth out of you. I feel like you're trying to get something out of someone, but it's like something you already know. Like, you already know what it was because you saw something or someone told you, but you want this person to tell you themselves. Like, you want them to man up and be honest with you, or be open with you, or tell you like whatever it is that they think that you don't know. Because you already know. You already know, and you're like, it's not like you're not okay with it. Like, you're okay. I feel like you're fine with it for the most part. But you just want, you're just like, it may bother you that they didn't tell you, and you want to know why. Why didn't you tell me this? Why wouldn't you tell me this? Like, in the future, you need to tell me the things. Like, I want to know. You want to know everything. You just want to know. It kind of messes you up when you find, yeah, I feel like it really messes you up when you find out stuff this way, like third party way, and it's like someone that you're close with, or someone that you trusted, or someone you thought told you everything, and then you find out that they don't. And it could be anything. It could be something really like silly too. I feel like it may not even be that big of a deal. So on the flip side, Scorpio, if it's not that big of a deal, but you're just upset that they didn't tell you, like, don't be so upset, because maybe that's why they didn't tell you. Maybe they just were like, oh, I didn't think it was like that big of a deal. Like, I'm just doing my thing. Like, I didn't think that I had to like go call you up right away and let you know, about whatever this thing is. So try not to take it too personally, because it may not be personal at all. It may just have slipped their mind. They may just have other things going on, and they're just not thinking like, oh, I need to make sure that this person, that person, the other person knows that this is what's going on. They just might be, I feel like a lot of people are just distracted, or like they have a lot going on, and it wasn't on purpose. But you took it very personal, or personal to a degree, but it's not. So just know that, Scorpio, whatever this thing is that you find out that you were like maybe disappointed, or kind of wish that person had told you right away, they just might have gotten caught up in other things. So try not to feel like left out or anything. All right, Scorpio, it's for you. Sagittarius. What's going on for Sagittarius this week? What is the message for Sagittarius? This is the message for Sagittarius. The Seven of Wands. You're keeping something really close to your chest right now. You don't, I feel like you don't want to, like, people are trying to get it out of you, and you don't want to tell them, or you don't want to, it's kind of like, I feel like a bunch of people keep asking the same thing over and over, or maybe one person, and you really don't want to talk to them about it. You really don't want to tell them anything. You're really like defensive about it, because, and you know what's going on, but you just don't want to tell them. You really don't, because it's maybe, I feel like it's too personal for some of you. It's a little bit too close, it hits a little too close to home. For others of you, I feel like you're very selective about who you talk to or get in depth with about this subject. And for others, it's just like, I don't, like, leave me alone. Like, I just leave me alone. Like, you're just like, stop, you're annoying me. Like, leave me alone with this. Like, I'm still dealing with what I'm dealing with, and like, I'll come and talk to you when I'm good and ready, but freaking stop asking me. Like, God. I just feel like an annoyance here. And I feel like you're the one who's annoyed. Yeah, I also think that you see maybe someone in particular, or more than one person, may not be completely genuine in, and that's why you don't really want to divulge, and that's why you really don't want to engage. You know, you're engaging minimally because you don't trust them or that person or whoever or whatever it is. I feel like you're taking care of business and you're doing what you have to do, and you're kind of doing it in a way, and you're gonna get it done in a way that kind of like goes over whoever's like pawing at you. It's kind of like you're going right over their heads or over that person's head, and like, I feel like it's more than one person. I really do. It may just be one, but I really feel like for a lot of you it's more than one person, and that is like, it's not overwhelming you, but it's just like pissing you off because you're already in a place where it's like you're dealing with things and you're like, I don't need to worry about having to tell you, keep you up to date on everything, right? Like, I just gotta deal with what I gotta deal with. So it's kind of like you're just like waving them off so you can get all that stuff done with, like, while they're questioning if things are happening, you're making things happen. So I feel like that's kind of where things are going right now. And yeah, don't worry about them. Don't worry about it. Whether they're questioning genuine or not, you know, eventually you'll tell them, or they'll find out or whatever, and it's not gonna be a big deal. It's just gonna be whatever. This isn't life or death here. This isn't gonna make or break any relationships. All right, Sag, just gotta deal with it. You already know what to do. You're doing the right thing for yourself, so don't worry about it. Just do what you gotta do. Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn? Oh, you got 2 this week. I feel like this is your card, the 9 of Wands, and then your accompanying card is the Chariot. So you're really hesitant to make a move right now. You know you gotta make a move, but it's not easy. I feel like for some of you, you have to move hard and fast in a certain direction or in a certain decision, but it's going to be hard and slow for you. Like, you feel like there's no way you can do this super fast, like, but at the same token, not necessarily that it has to get done fast, but you have to decide fast and go in that direction. But it, like, this is something that seems to take a lot out of you, or is a struggle. You know it's going to be a struggle, you know it's going to be tough, you know it's going to be like a long road or a long journey, or at least it seems that way. It may not actually be, but it's just like, maybe it's something you really don't want to do, so it's gonna feel like, wow, like while you're doing it, it just feels like your feet are dragging the whole way. but this is something important and it has to be done, and you know that it has to be done. You're just kind of like, some of you may be procrastinating on doing it till the very last second. And some of you may be trying to figure out a way out of it, which is most likely not going to be the case. I'm going to be honest. Even if you did find a way out of this, it would be a lot of hard work and difficulty just in itself. So you might as well go through with it, get it done, do what you gotta do. And sorry, the light started shaking and that was weird. Do what you gotta do. And you know, it's gonna take you a lot of hard work anyway. So regardless, you might as well just do it. And doing it is gonna get you much further and going to put you in a place. I feel like for some of you, it's putting you in the hot seat in some way. Like maybe a project is relying on you to move forward, or you're kind of like the face of something that, and it's like dependent upon you, whether it works out or doesn't work out, or whether this progresses or not. I feel like there's a lot riding on you. Like there's a lot invested in you in whatever this project is or whatever this is. So you feel kind of pressured and you're not doing well with that pressure. But you can't, like, you just kind of have to believe in yourself, because you got it, you can do it, and it's fine. It may feel like a lot is on you, but it's not going to take you that long. It's not going to be as difficult as you think it's going to be. It's going to go a lot faster than you think. And then you can just move on and the pressure's off. I think it's more about just getting it done, just doing it, getting it done. Stop ruminating, stop anticipating. Just do it. And then you'll get it done and you won't have to worry about it anymore, and it'll be fine. It'll all pass, you'll be good to go. All right, Capricorn. All right. Aquarius. What is the message for Aquarius? The Hierophant. I'm seeing you like teaching someone else something this week. Aquarius. It's like people are taking notes with how you do things and what you're doing. And you are just, I feel like you genuinely enjoy it. You genuinely feel compelled to do it. But I feel like you really like the attention. I feel like you love that people are looking to you like, wow, Aquarius, like, Aquarius, you're so smart. Aquarius, like, how do you know these things? Aquarius, like, teach me your ways, you know? Like, I feel like you're really reveling in that, and that's okay. But, you know, you do know, obviously you do know things that people want to know. You know, you're showing people what's worked for you, or, you know, you're explaining your experience or whatever it is, and people are taking notes, and they're really, again, I feel like they're enticed by you for some of you. I don't know why enticed came out, but okay. And a little bit like mesmerized for some of you. It's kind of like they're very impressed by the way that you hold yourself, or the way that you do something in particular. So I feel like they I feel like if you're not actively like teaching people something or someone something, it's like you're gonna find out that someone's gonna say something to you like, oh, you know who I learned that from you, because I used to watch you at work when you used to do this, and like I picked that technique up from you, you know, something like that. I feel like you're gonna either find that out this week, or you're actually gonna be like sitting someone down and be like, okay, this is how you do this, blah blah blah, and they're really gonna appreciate it, they're really gonna admire it, and they're really going to take in whatever you say. They feel like whatever it is that you're doing or whatever you're teaching them or showing them is important. So know that it is appreciated and they are grateful that you're taking the time out for them. All right, that's nice. Pisces. What is the message for Pisces this week? Seven of Swords. You're trying to get out. You're like, I'm out. I just want to get out of here. I don't, take in my bag, my donut, my whatever, and I'm out, my coffee, and I'm out of here. Like, I don't want any part of this. Like, I thought, like, you thought you were walking into one thing and it became something completely different. You're like, that's my cue. Goodbye, farewell. But at the same time, it's kind of like you kind of want to stick around for the drama. You're like, I kind of want to know what happens though. Like, I don't really want to be in the middle of this mess, but I kind of do want to know what's going on. I kind of want to sip a little tea. I want to hear, you're like with the cup on the wall, like, but you don't really want to be the center of it. You really don't want to be involved per se. You just kind of want to sit and watch. Some of you may sit and watch, but I feel like a lot of you are going to remove yourselves from the situation because you just know that that's what's best for you, even though you kind of don't fully want to. And it's like you're gonna pretend that you don't know anything, but you're gonna know stuff. It's like, I feel like for some of you, that's why you're removing yourself from the situation, because it's like, you know that you have the potential to get dragged in and you know too much. Like, you're like, no, I don't know. Nope, I don't know, because it's gonna put you on one side or the other, and you just don't want to be in that position, right? Like, you don't want to be stuck in the middle. You don't want to be, pinned to one side of the argument or the other, or whatever is going on. So you kind of remove yourself willingly. I feel like it's just because you know too much and you don't want to end up having to get involved or being pulled in. But you really want to know how this plays out. I think you'll have a chance to kind of find out little snippets about the situation. Like, you'll kind of be able to gather what's going on and what happens from whatever it is you get to experience yourself. But like, there may be some missing parts. But I feel like there's people that are going to be talking about it outside of that immediate circle. And you're gonna get some info there, like, but I also feel like they don't really, those people like that are gonna be talking about it, they're not directly involved, so they don't really know the deal, but they're gonna be talking about it. I don't know. I think that a few of you may end up sitting down with those people or be around those people, and they know that you know. They know that you know. They're like, ooh, you're close to this one. Like, what happened? And you're gonna be like, like, I kind of want to just like spill some tea and talk about it, and like, this is fun and exciting. It's a little bit like, ooh, like you just want to enjoy yourself and sit down, but at the same time, you really don't want to you don't want to betray anyone. You don't want to be the one to spill that. You just want to kind of listen or hear it. You don't really want to be the one to, you don't want to be involved in that. That will bring you in, right? If you start spilling everything you know, guess what? Now you're involved. So take that for some of you. If you don't think you're going to be involved and you start spilling everything to someone else, like, you're going to be involved. You're involving yourself, because that's going to get back to whoever you just tried to stay out of the conflict with, and it's going to cause a lot more drama. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. And you're going to regret if you do that. So there's a little piece of advice for you in there, Pisces, if you do find yourself in that situation. To simplify it, just remove yourself. Just remove yourself. That's all you gotta do. You may be tempted to stay, but if you want to stay out of it, if you really want to save yourself some stress and anxiety, remove yourself and just let it be. You're gonna find out everything eventually, but you don't have to be involved in it, right? So that's for you, Pisces. Aries, what is the message for Aries this week? What is the message for Aries this week? The High Priestess. God, you got this last week, Aries. You got the High Priestess last week. Again, with the secrets, man. It's like the secrets, I feel like for some of you, the secrets just keep coming out. And for others of you, it's like the secrets just get deeper and darker. Is it your secrets now? It's somebody's secrets. Somebody's got some skeletons in a closet. And it's time to start talking about them. It's time to start talking about them. God, I'm feeling like, it's weird because last week I really felt like there was someone else who had some things that you don't know about, but this week I kind of feel like it's you. Like it's your turn. Maybe they did tell you some shit, right? Like maybe now it's your turn to talk about some shit that you've gone through, or start. I feel like for some of you it's just it's like opening up to yourself, being real with yourself, being honest with yourself about who you are, what you want, and your needs, and where you want to go, and what makes you comfortable, what makes you uncomfortable, the kind of life that you want to have. It's all like big life questions that maybe you never thought to ask yourself before, or maybe you never thought to really go there, but you need to go there. It's really important for you to go there right now. And again, like, you know all of these answers, you just have to get them out. You just have to dig deep enough. And it can change some things for you. It can change the way that you're living right now. It can change the way that you're conducting yourself or working with someone. You have to be honest with yourself. You really do. It's going to be, God, I feel like it's going to change the course of things. It has the potential to, at least. I feel like some of you are hiding behind something, or you're protecting something or someone, because it's very delicate. It's a very delicate situation, very delicate information. And there's like, it's like a spider web. It's very integral. There's a lot of details. There's a lot of issues. It's like opening up a can of worms if you go there. It's opening up a big can of worms if you go there. But you need to step into your power. You need to go there. You need to go there one way or another, Aries. You need to go there right now. Right now, like sooner than later, because you can't carry this with you. You can't carry this with you forever. It's gonna eat away at you. It's going to ruin your life for some of you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you guys. I feel like you've been sitting on this for so long. It's like you almost, not that you forgot that it was there, but until it's presented to you, you don't acknowledge it. You know it's always there, but you don't. Like you pretend it's not. You got so used to pretending that it's not, but it is there. And it's important. It's a big deal. It's huge, and it needs to be acknowledged, and it needs to be worked through. And you need to come to a place that of your own, where you feel like you're in your own power, and you have control of your life again, and you have. You're not blocked in some, oh yeah, this is blocking an area of your life. This is really putting like a dead end to a certain area of your life. So to release that, to take that, I don't like to call it a block, but like to take that off, to take that like caution sign out, or to, you know, whatever, finish construction and open up that street, like this is what you gotta release this. You gotta get this out. You gotta do something about this, man. Do. All right, Aries, that is my best advice for you in terms of the situation. I feel for you. I hope, you know, I feel like for some of you this may be like some type of a trauma or like family secret or something, but you know, just understand like every person on this planet goes through a trauma at some point in their life. Everyone. None of us get away without it, right? Some are more extreme than others. Some go through multiple traumas, some don't. But there's no shame in your pain. There's no shame in your pain. And you never know what your experience can do to help someone else. Maybe that'll help some of you kind of figure out how to work through this. If it helps you to think that, or inspire, if it helps you to think that it could help inspire someone else to work through their stuff, maybe someone else has gone through something similar like you, that could be one way to look at it, right? Healing yourself through healing others. All right, Aries, the High Priestess. Taurus. Okay, Taurus, man, you keep getting swords. Lots of truths. Ace of Swords. Ooh, something's coming out. I see a new truth coming to light. I see something coming to light. Good for you, Taurus. I feel like you're gaining a new sense of power and within your situation, within yourself. You're standing tall and you're fighting for justice. You're fighting for what's right and you're doing it. And you know what? This is only the beginning. So wish you could see that as really a relief or really daunting. You're like, great, awesome, this is the beginning. And so you're like, yeah, this is only the beginning. You know, that could go either way depending on what's going on for you. But the power is the dynamics have shifted, right? So you have taken control and you put the power firmly back in your hands. And this is the beginning. This is a really strong beginning now that you have strength, you have determination, you have knowledge, you have power in your hands. And yield this sword how you will. You have the power of truth. Like, you have the strongest power of truth. And even though it's not easy, this isn't an easy thing that you're going through for a lot of you, Taurus. You have a major tool here to work with. You may not have all the tools you need right now, but you have a very strong one in your hands, and that's the truth. This is being very direct for you guys, very specific. God, I don't know what this means necessarily, but I'm hearing the truth of tears. So that could, maybe it's your experience. Maybe it's explaining to someone your experience or your situation. Maybe it's the right person having understanding for you. Maybe they went through that at some point. Maybe they empathize with what you're going through. And they believe you. Or stating your truth could just be, I'm just feeling like it's someone with power believing you because it is the truth, because you're telling the truth. You have the power of truth in a spoken word. You have the power to plead your case, and it's not pleading, it's, God, it's just like, I just keep hearing power, power, power. Like, you have the power, it's not about strength, it's about force and the impact. Yes, it's the impact of your words right now that's going to make way for change, make way for justice, make way for some type of a fight. It's not going to be an easy journey for you, Taurus, but it's going to be, you're going to fight for what's right and you're going to get it as long as you stay in your truth. All right, Taurus, intense, that's cool. All right, who's next? Gemini. Okay, what is the message for Gemini? Sorry, I got really tired by the end of the zodiac. This takes a lot of energy out. What is the message for Gemini this week? What is the message for Gemini? Page of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty for you, Gemini, for a lot of you. A lot of uncertainty, and you really, like, your biggest concern right now is looking like you know what you're doing to outsiders, to people who don't even matter, to be quite honest with you. But you just want to, your biggest concern is your appearance. You want to look like you're not going through anything. You want to look like you got this. You want to look like everything's easy breezy for you. You want to look unbothered. You want to look strong, but you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You do. You really do not. You are winging the shit out of it. You are winging it hard right now, Gemini. You just came out of something that I don't know that it made you feel like you were at the bottom, but it made you think that you were completely like it made you think that you completely hit rock bottom. I don't feel like it was hard for you emotionally. It wasn't like you're sad or depressed or anything. I feel like you felt taken down. Yeah, you felt taken down, and you don't want to look like that. You're like, I could feel however way, but as long as I don't look like it, then it never happened, right? Like it's on social media or it never happened, right? It's kind of the same idea. You just want to look like easy breezy, beautiful Gemini, right? That's you. But you really don't have the slightest idea of your next move. I feel like your next move is going to be very impulsive, very aggressive, very in the moment, and very out of desperation. You're kind of on edge right now, in a sense. Like, you have your footing. You're really okay. You do have your footing, but you're teetering. You're on the brink of a freaking, like, raging at someone. Like, if someone comes at you the wrong way or looks at you sideways, you're gonna go off on them. You're gonna be like, you're not having it. But it's really important for you to just look effortless, to look like, I'm just saying, like, Beyonce fan, like perfect, right? You just want to look like perfect, fabulous, like always, unbothered, don't care, don't think about it, doesn't affect me, whatever, who cares? But really, you just went through this moment of like, I am worse than like dirt beneath your shoe. Like, you had a moment like that. And you can be honest with yourself. Okay, you don't have to tell everyone what you're going through, Gemini, but you do need to be honest with yourself at least, so you can work through why do you let something make you feel that way? What is it about that made you even think that about yourself? Or why did you think that at all? What exactly is it? And put it into perspective so that you can work off of that, right? We all have our moments where we have that, where we've had something happen and it just like fully dragged us down, whether it's our self-esteem or our self-confidence, or like just feeling like, oh God, I'm never gonna get to this point, you know, whatever your goal is, there was a setback, you know, and you're just like, oh my God, what am I doing? What do I do? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't need to put on a facade, okay? You don't. Because you're in doing that's why you're gonna snap. That's why some unsuspecting victim is just gonna be like, oh, yeah, okay, I was just asking you where you got your shoes. I'm sorry, like, you know, I was just trying to see if you wanted something to drink. Oh God, you know, I'm so sorry, Gemini. Like, that's why that's gonna happen, because you're suppressing it. You're trying to act like nothing's wrong, and everything is wrong. Everything is wrong. At least according to you. It doesn't mean that everything really is wrong. Typically, when things fall apart, it's so that better things can come together. I know that sounds really cliche, and I'm sure you hate it every second of me saying that, but it's true. For you to have better things, the old things that aren't serving you anymore, or the things that are just taking up space, need to get cleared out. Just like your house. If you don't clear, if you got an old shitty couch and you're like, oh God, I really want to get this beautiful new couch I just saw at blah blah blah, but I have this old shitty couch. How can you replace your old shitty crap couch with this new beautiful, new gorgeous, you know, love seat, whatever the hell it is, you're with the lounge? Let's see, throw out the old shitty couch? Yeah, that's all you gotta do to make room. You gotta make room, right? Where else are you gonna put this new beautiful couch? You gotta throw out the old shitty one so you can make room for the new gorgeous one that you love. Same thing in your life. You have to get rid of what's not working for you anymore, what you've outgrown, what's not serving you, what's not making you happy, etc., etc. And then once you make room, then it allows something that's better for you, that's going to serve you better, whether it's for now or for the long term or for whatever. then it allows more of those things to come in. So you gotta do some spring cleaning, summer cleaning, get that shit out. And you know what? So it sounds like something has been swept out, maybe for you, maybe it wasn't your choice, or maybe it was your choice, but you are bummed out about it, that it didn't work out or whatever. Well, you just gotta put it into perspective where it's not a failure, or it's not, you know, necessarily a loss, like me, even if it might feel that way or seem that way, but it's just making room. So that, hopefully that helps you, Gemini. You're just making room, and you can still care. It's okay to care about things. It's okay to let yourself go through a grieving process, or go through, you know, or be angry. You can be angry, that's okay too. Just don't sit in that too long, and don't pretend that it doesn't exist, because then it'll just stay with you longer until one day you have to acknowledge it. You have no choice. So that's for you, Gemini. Page of Swords. All right, and that's everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe so I can bring you your Tarotscopes every week. If there's anything else you guys want to see, please do not be afraid to let me know down in the comments. Also, weird question maybe, but do you guys like to see me actually doing these cards? Because I know a lot of readers do just kind of like show you the actual cards sitting. So I don't know if you would prefer that. Let me know, just out of curiosity. I like to gauge to see like what is more visually appealing to you. And other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you all, and thank you if you've subscribed. I love you guys too, and I'll see you next week. Mwah! Bye.